welcome back to some more Pokemon Brilliant Diamond! Last time, we did a lot of bios in the Grand Underground, and now this time we are actually physically going to go through Eterna City. Before you ask, yes, I went backward through Route 205 and 204 and Eterna Forest, fought all the trainers that you can possibly fight. Now, well, by doing so, our team has leveled up to level 21. I'll show you some of the stat changes. Oh, sorry. Some of the stat changes. And then... oh my gosh, please let me do this. There, and moves haven't changed quite yet. I don't think we've learned anything new, and Vegeta has stayed the same because of how I handled the level ups. Now let's get on with the episode. So we're gonna go into this, because this seems important. The manager's gone up to the Team Galactic building and hasn't returned. I wonder what's holding him up. Beats me. We're not gonna go down here yet, because we can't really do anything. This house is empty, so we're not gonna go in there. We're gonna talk to people, though. Since you're visiting Eterna, you need to get yourself a bike and take a ride down Cycling Road. Okay. Yeah, it sure is. I wish I could actually be happy about going underground this time. He's the name raider. So if we have a Pokemon that we don't have a nickname for, we can always come up there. Oh, Chatot. So if you have a Weasel, you can trade for Chatot, which I think I actually am gonna cover that really quickly. Chatot! There is a Pokemon you can get right now, and I do say in the notes that it is an earlier encounter, but it's late. When I say it's later in this one, you can get it in a route later on. You do not have to do this trade to see a Chatot either, so don't worry about seeing the Pokemon seeing it. This one definitely feels... it's not a very good Pokemon. It was made for the DS games. It totally has that, like, feel to it. Because the DS had a mic functionality, like, inside the DS. Its signature move is Chatter, where if you yell in it, it's stronger. When you yell into the mic more and more. In the DS mic. I am so sorry to anyone who tries that, especially if kids are watching and the parents hear them yell. I am so sorry. There are better flying types to use, but that is Chatot in general. I forgot about that trade. I did forget about that trade. Gardenia, our gym leader, goes out to Eterna Forest every so often. I wonder what she does there. But, oh. She's not a big fan of that. I have these teams for moves to recycle. Let's check on what that does, because I don't remember. The user recycles a held item that has been used in battle, so it can be used again. So yeah, Chatot is weird. I don't really like it at all, but you know, you could go worse. I got rid of a lot of stairs, so I'm placing them blah blah blah. Stuff about there's sparkling stones lying around in the Grand Underground. There's from gems or wins in super contests. There's more than one way to be a winner, it seems. I mean, you'll find blah blah blah. Yay! My secret base just got another crate. Just got another crate. Oh. Reviews. Got it. I was so confused. Let's actually watch TV for a second. It's time for Rack 'em Up Records. Today we'll get a look at a super record set by a glossy stone collector. Glossy stones, huh? You heard right, Tanya? This is a record set by a collector who dug up glossy stones and sent those grand underground. Sure. Tell me this. Ooh, what a record! One of them! Watch the TV in your Pokemon games. You will not regret it. It's unfortunate that, like, the newer games have gotten rid of that. And in replacement have given us some awfulness with it, but that is so funny. Oh, hello there. Oh, is that a Pokedex? You must be helping Professor Rowan. What's your name? Okay, hello Tommy, I'll be sure to remember that name. My name is Cynthia. I'm a trainer just like you. I've been studying Pokemon mythology lately, just out of curiosity. Here in Eterna City, there is a statue of an ancient Pokemon. According to myth, it was an extremely powerful Pokemon. Who knows, you may encounter something like it while you're traveling with your Pokedex. Try using these, they should help you on your way. You obtain TM93s, which is Cut, I believe. Cut in the hidden moves app allows you to chop down small trees that are blocking in your ways. Remember, you can use the hidden move Cut from your Pokédex in the field. Let you go places that were previously inaccessible to you. It's important for filling up your Pokédex, right? Then luck be with you, young trainer. Oh, I love her! I'm sorry. Cynthia is just so cool! She is probably the best character in this entire game. It's unfortunate that in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, she's kind of seen as, like, not that great. Herbal meds work impressively, but Pokemon won't like them. Ah, so we have the Herbal Medicine Shop. Basically, it heals... You have Heal Powder, which heals all status conditions. 60 HP, 120 HP, and then a full health, a full revive. These are interesting items. If you're working on a friendship evolution, thankfully we are not. Do not use them on your Pokemon. They are not helpful. Ah, and we get to this statue right here. There is some writing on the Pokemon statue. Dia, once created, brought time into being. In laughter or in tears, the same time flows. Such is the blessing of Dia. Text is barely legible and has faded completely in places. I will go over that. I will go over what the full text says later. But this statue here, in the originals, if you came to Eterna City at this point in the story, also that Pokeball is bothering me that I can't get it. Anyway. Anyway, this statue in the originals looked more like a combination hybrid of Palkia. Oh, that's a spoiler. Of a Pokemon, of two Pokemon we'll see later. And it still kind of does, doesn't it? Still kind of does, but we'll see that in a minute. See it in a little while. It's super, super cool. Anyway, let's check on these people. Eterna came to be long ago in honor of an ancient Pokemon. Now many things have changed. What is important has not, but it remains that way forevermore. Hello. You've seen the Pokemon statue we just did when I was a wee child. It used to be the centerpiece of many festivals. Indeed, young lady. Indeed. Anyway. So in order for us to get the gym badge, in order for us to do anything with the Team Galactic building, we have to go inside and do this gym battle. However, there is something that we can go do right now while we are still in town. By the way, that gym battle, that gym, gonna be super easy for us since we are like, have all the counters in the world to take care of it. So, that's gonna be a joke of a battle. But, one thing that I want to mention, we are now en route to 11. Oh, I didn't realize you were here. Zubat, doesn't that sound like a ninja bursting from cover? So, we do have some encounters to go over, because there are some Pokemon here that we can go over right now. And there are some in Mount Corn, in the cave system that we are next to as well. We will go over that in the next episode, because what I'm gonna actually no, do I want to do it now or do I want to do it later? I don't know yet. We'll find out. I'll probably do it this episode. Who am I kidding? Oh man. Alright, we're gonna battle this trainer really fast. Does he just have Zubats? These are kinda weak Pokemon to have as a trainer battle, but okay, Ninja Boy. Goodbye. My Tri-Stars. Alright. Ah, crap. That's actually not a good thing for me. Anyway, while this battle is going on, we're gonna cover some Pokemon that you can encounter right here and now. So, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with one of the more rarer encounters first, which is Chingling. Now, it's an example of a Pokemon that probably didn't need to exist, but here we are again. It exists for some reason. Unfortunately, Chingling is an extremely weak Pokemon, and even when it evolves into Chimecho, do not think it's gonna be the answer to any problems. It is still really weak when it evolves into Chimecho. More power to you if you want to give it a shot, I guess, but it is by far the weakest Pokemon that we've encountered thus far. It is so bad. Like, it is by far one of the weakest Pokemon we've seen so far. There's only one more encounter, I believe. Nope, there's a couple more. Sorry, I lied. Our next one is Meditite. The weirdest fighting type Pokemon of all time. Fighting in Psychic is a weird type, but it's great. Mind you, it is wonderful because it covers its own weaknesses. Also, Metallica is super dead. Good job, Metallica. You fought well against the Pokemon you fought well against. Alright, Vegeta, it's your turn. Anyway, battling aside, it is really a weird Pokemon. I'm not gonna show you what happened in the battle though. Just know he did die. He got binded and had moves happen to it that were out of its control. So, anyway, Meta-type. Stop being distracted. It's a weird type, but its stats are extremely deceiving. When you look at its stats and you're like, oh, but it's super frail and weak. It's frail, but it's actually not weak. How do I explain this? So, the weakness of having it as a Pokemon is just because the typing is weird. But, the best part about it is its ability, Pure Power. Pure Power doubles the Pokemon's attack stack and makes this weird Pokemon click a little bit more. So that is Meta-type. I know that bio is a little weird where I've lot of cuts into it with me just like talking about the battling and getting distracted, but that's Meta-type for you. It's weird, and I struggle with stuff to say about it because it is a weird Pokemon and it has some strange things going on with it. But that leads us into, we have one last one. And it's another really strange one that I'm not really sure is all that good. It is Hoot. It's such a strange bird Pokemon. Instead of being fast and being focused on offense, which most bird Pokemon are, it's focused on defense and support, which might be cool, but there are so many Pokemon that can do what Hoot wants to do. And its shiny Pokemon, however, is pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why are we going into Mount Coronet here? This is an optional dungeon you can go into right now. Now, is there a Pokemon that we can get here that is easily obtainable? There is actually, in fact, some Pokemon here that you can get. You can get right now. And that Pokemon, it only adds one Pokemon. And it is Cleffa! One of my favorite baby Pokemon ever. Mainly because even though it uses friendship to decide to evolve, it has the highest set friendship upon capture, so it won't be a Cleffa for long, which makes it even better as a Pokemon. I will say though, it does change depending on what version of the game you're playing. If you're on the original DS games, it'll be a normal type, but the one we are playing here, it is a fairy type. As to what I think is better, I really don't know. And this isn't going to be part of the bio per se, because I'm not going to put the bio on screen. We're going to continue looking around. We can't really do a whole lot here. We have these boulders that we can't move. But the, basically, it does change, and as to what I think is better, I personally think that having a fairy type is far more valuable than a normal type. But I'll go into some of what makes Cleffa actually really good later. Because you did get a chance to catch its evolved form later. So I will talk about that at a later point. Oh hey! Speaking of a very tanky boy on the defensive side, it's Hoot. We're gonna use this wing attack. And I absolutely murdered a Hoot. I'm gonna peck you for that. What? What do you mean? You're not a bird. We grab this TM, and it's TM12 Taunt. As we know, it blocks moves that are not attacking moves. So let's say you have you're in a battle and the trainer is only using sword stances and stuff. That is that, you know. So I think that about covers it for today, actually. We did a lot today. We explored most of Eterna City, and we couldn't really do a whole lot in the city, but we did go over some encounters, a trade, and some Pokemon that you can get right now that'll help out your team, if you so choose to pick them up. I will say the most viable one is probably the Cleffa. The Cleffa or the Meditite / Medicham, because those two are pretty good. Those are pretty good. But, yeah, that about covers it. So I will see you all next time on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Bye-bye.